Hi guys, T here. Thought I'd do another vlog slash check-in kind of video. I haven't done one of these in a while, just to kind of let you guys know what I was up to and check in on you guys. Make sure you're okay. We've come into a brand new year. I didn't do a New Year's video. I didn't do like a New Year's resolution style thing, because it's hard to really promise to do anything right now since you can't really go anywhere or do anything. So what am I up to right now? I just got my hands on volume 10 of Beastars. That's pretty cool. That's a comic that I'm enjoying very much. Season 2 of the show is due out in, I think, March. I'm not 100% sure. Have you guys noticed that like a bunch of stuff is coming out in Mars? And I know it's because of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, but like Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out in March. The new Monster Hunter is coming out in March. Beastars Season 2 is coming out in March. Just a whole ton of like nerd and otaku shit is coming out in March. It's great. Honestly, I've just been going to work and coming home. And with the start of a new year, I've kind of been in get things off my plate mode. You know, I finished the Stalwart Shield Maiden, which was a great thing. It was great to get that all folded up and wrapped up in a bow, so it's all finished now. What else? I was in the middle of Gargantia of the Virtuous Planet. I was rewatching it with my wife, who had not seen it before. It's like a 13-episode anime. So we started to watch Erased, but there was a little too much, bruised up children in that show for my taste, and I've heard terrible things happen later in that show, so we kind of dropped Erased after a while. It was just the name of a show I'd been hearing about, but not to my taste now that I think about it. So, what else? We finished The Room 3 after freaking 3 years. God, that was honestly really embarrassing because originally, when I was playing The Room 3, my computer was just like so old and so full of crap and dust bunnies that the program I was using to record, Fraps, an ancient recording program that has no business in being around anymore, especially for YouTube, filled up my hard drive space entirely and like chugged my computer to a stop, and was honestly probably one of the reasons that I had to get a new computer in the middle of 2020. But my new computer, the Omen Obelisk, came with its own capture card, came with its own like recording stuff for games or videos or things like that, which made life a lot easier. And it's in a much better format. So like, an hour of video is not like 90 gigs anymore. It's a much smaller file that's much clearer and all that stuff. So, I'm glad I invested in a computer that can do that. And, here we are 3 years later. I'm sure some of you were kind of surprised that I just suddenly finished out The Room 3. Again, getting stuff off my plate, closing up all the projects I've been just leaving dangling open, even if it's as old as 3 years old, to just kind of cleanse the palate, get things off the plate, get like, I have too many things going all at once. I'm sure you know what that feels like, so I've been trying to just kind of, finish this, finish that, finish this, finish that, just to kind of make life a little simpler. I told you I was going back and forth to work and not much else, because again, you don't want tickets to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. And I work in a place where I split tips with, without going into too much detail. I work in the food service industry, which is wonderful nowadays, God. but I split tips with a bunch of people, and I've been working at my current job for like 5 or 6 months, and I've been saving tips and saving tips and saving tips, and I finally got something that I really wanted. Let me show you. It's a VR headset. This is an Oculus Rift S. I've never had a VR headset before, but I think the last time I had one of these on my head was like 20 some odd years ago, when the technology was in its infancy, and these headsets were like 20-pound fuckers that they would put on like these cranes so that you wouldn't hurt your neck, because they were so big and bulky and heavy. And I think it was at like a mall or something. I don't really remember, but they had like Quake Tournament or something on it, some really old like flat poly shooter versus game, and they like strapped us into these like tracker pads that you could run on with special shoes, just to kind of show this is what virtual reality is right now. And that was 20 years ago. And if this thing can't weigh 5 pounds, it just can't. But it's got cameras all over it, and it works really well. And even the controllers are kind of weird, but I've never really been into motion controls, but it's something interesting to get used to. So I saved up and I saved up and I saved up, and I got myself a nice toy. And I'm a big user of VR chat. If you've ever heard of that, it's on Steam. You can play it for free. It's basically like not even like Second Life. There's not even as much stuff to do as there is in like Second Life, but you can get an avatar and you can go to different locations and play little mini games that people have made, like pool or cards or chess. Or you can go to places that look like malls and shop for avatars. You can go to like places that look like convention centers or dance floors or bars. Bars are a big thing. It's meant to be a social tool. And nowadays, with the Backstreet Boys reunion tour going on outside, VR chat is a great way to socialize and kind of keep the stress level down, because you're talking with people, And I told myself I would not get a headset, because you can play it just on your desktop if you want to. It's fine. I said that I wouldn't get like a VR headset or anything until I had like 100 hours in VR chat. And right about as I got my Oculus Rift S here, I had like 97 hours, 99 hours or something like that. I have a group of friends on there, that are from Australia, that are from Wales, that are from freaking California. They're from all over the world, and you would never have any chance of meeting these people. But when you run into them to play like digital chess or freeze tag, or there's a really good three-dimensional iteration of Among Us on there that's a lot of fun to play. Different things like that. I might do a video about VR chat soon, just so I can like show you guys a little bit, because those of you that know what VR chat is know exactly like the environment that I'm in right now, and those of you that don't have no idea, because it's kind of hard to describe correctly. But if you have a VR headset and headphones and controllers and stuff, you can move around independently, and virtual reality stuff is brand new to me. Like I said, 20 years ago was nothing compared to what it is today. So it's all brand new. I'm still getting nauseous from like moving around too much, because my eyes say that I'm moving, but my brain and my stomach say that I am not. So the vertigo is very real. And now that I've got this VR headset, I can play The Room VR. What is it called? A Dark Matter, I think it's called. But that'll be interesting. I'll need to figure out how to record off my headset instead of off my monitor, because the headset has a higher resolution than the monitor is showing, and so that's a downgrade. And then if I record it from there and stick it on YouTube, it'll be an even lower resolution, so you guys won't get nearly the detail, nearly the sharpness. So I need to like experiment with it for a while so that I can record off of it correctly if I'm going to use it for any kind of Let's Plays or anything like that. But yeah, there's the Room VR that's been out for some time, and then the Room 4 is coming out on February 11th, I think. I think it's February 11th, so it's right around the corner. What's today? The 30th, so it's right around the corner in February. I'm very excited to play it because I think the Room 3 came out in 2017 on Steam, at least. I know these games come out on tablet first, and there's probably already Let's Plays and crap, but it takes them a while to like upgrade all the graphics and make everything shiny and then move it to Steam. It takes them freaking years to just completely redo the game for a mouse and keyboard format for some reason. I mean, I don't know if Fireproof Studios is a very large studio. I don't think it is, but 3 years is a very long time to redo graphics for a game that's already finished. So, I don't know. I'm not in the gaming industry. I don't know anything about it. 3 years just seems like a very long time to me. But, yeah, the Room 4 is just around the corner. I'm very excited. What else? Somebody also mentioned that I should play House of Da Vinci. And I looked it up on Steam, and there's House of Da Vinci and then House of Da Vinci 2. And I looked at all the reviews, and it's like, yeah, this is just like The Room, just less complicated. Or this is just like The Room if you like games like that. Or, you know, all the reviews for House of Da Vinci mentioned the Room series, so I'll probably play those at some point. And I know I'm not a Let's Play channel, it's just for fun, but you know, I've seen, you know, if every video that I'm doing of a Let's Play gets like 50 or 100 views, I know somebody's paying attention, so I know you guys are along for the ride with me. What else? Library Owl is still going fine. I've been compiling a list of like topics and stories that I want to do for like the little snippet videos I've been doing for a while. For some reason, my Rango video got copyright striked, even though I'm pretty sure it falls under the review and discussion clause of fair use. Especially since I'm not playing any of the audio. It's just like there was a clip of the movie going on in the background, and then my character was in the foreground, and you know, you can't hear it. You can't hear any of the music or anything. It was just like I was talking over the movie with my character blocking like a quarter of the screen. Apparently that was enough to set off a copyright claim, but I sent it to be re-examined or whatever, but I don't expect they'll overturn it, because they never do. But everything like Library Owl wise is going fine. Shield Maiden I haven't really been working on lately. I've kind of been like I said, trying to get projects off my plate before I open anything new. So right now I've just been calling it the Unwavering Shield Maiden for the third like story arc, or the third like set of 12. Will it be a monthly thing again still? More than likely, but you know, obviously today is January 30th, so there was no January issue. I'll probably push as hard as I can to see if I can get 12 issues out by the end of this year, but I'm not guaranteeing anything, because the story that I want to tell is a little more novel-like. It's less like issue by issue focused. At least with the Stalwart Shield Maiden, we kind of had like beat rest with the arcs between Masters and Apprentices, and then the recovery phase, and then the Rising Above phase. They were kind of a little bit scattershot after the four-parter at the start. The story that I have in mind now is kind of like a run-on story, so I'm basically writing a book right now, and until I can get it into like a vague shape that I want it to be in, I don't even want to publish the first chapter, so there will be some delay with Shield Maiden, but I've already put pen to paper, so you don't have to worry too much. Things are in motion, I promise. What else? I was trying to think if there was any other comics or anything I've been doing lately. Like I said, I've got Volume 10 of Beastars. That was great. And then I decided to stop reading High School DxD because it's kind of morphed into something that it's not. For those of you that are kind of old enough to remember Chobits, if that name rings a bell, that was like a really beautiful anime that slowly devolved into porn, and it was kind of a sad story. High School DxD is porn that is evolving into politics, and I'm losing interest very, very quickly. Or not porn, but like almost porn. You know, it's a lewd, ecchi manga, but it's like Volume 1 to Volume 8 or 9 or whatever was like funny and raunchy and had like magic and swords and stuff, and then like 9, 10, 11 is just like straight politics, and I'm just like falling asleep reading it, so I think I'm probably done with that series. I might like sell them on eBay or something, because if I recall correctly, there's like 19 of them, and I have, yeah, I've got 11 of them, but, it's trying to be something that it's not, and you can't be raunchy and funny for 9 volumes and then suddenly decide that you want to be serious and political. It just like that's a completely different type of audience that you're shooting for, so I lost interest. There was one more. Have you guys ever heard of this one? How to treat magical beasts? I don't know if this one has been gaining a lot of traction or anything. It's basically a manga about a veterinarian and his apprentice, this young girl who is very talented in the ways of medicine. And they only care for magical beasts, so like spirits and magic foxes and transforming phoenixes and like what was the other one they were doing? Salamanders, like proper salamanders, the ones that like live in your fireplace and stuff like that. How to treat magical beasts has been really fun, but one volume comes out like every 6 months. So this one is very scattered. It's still being drawn. I have the first 4, and in fact, the next one comes out in March, along with everything else, with Godzilla vs. Kong and Monster Hunter Rise and the next Beastars. It comes out in March. I have the first 4, and the 5th one comes out in March, so that's something else to look out for. It's not raunchy, it's not especially funny, the stakes are not very high. It's almost slice of life with occasional blood splatter, because, you know, animals get hurt, people get hurt. There are larger magical powers running about that do kill people, etc., etc. So it's like slice of life plus magic plus medicine, and I would recommend it if you're patient enough to wait for additional volumes, because like I said, they only come out like every 6 months, a very long time for the span of a manga, which are usually out like monthly, or at least every other month, like Beastars is. So, anything else that I'm up to? Not really. Like I said, not going anywhere. I'm not going to any sit-down restaurants or on any vacations or anything like that. I'm spending time in VR chat with my buddies where it's safe, going to work, coming home, hunting for a new job that's, not in the food service industry or in the scrubbing toilets industry or the taking care of the elderly industry. God, it's so hard to get off the bottom of the ladder, even with a college degree. Jesus. But I am biding my time and staying in and doing what I'm supposed to do. And, oh, check it out. I've got my mother-in-law got me a Green Lantern mask. Look at this. Isn't that cool? I get compliments for this all the time. It's great. But, yeah, staying in, being safe. My wife and I only go grocery shopping once a month now. We used to go weekly, but now it's like, yeah, we're just going to load up and, that's it for the month, and we're not going to worry about it, just so we're out in public the least amount that we can possibly be, because even here in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota, there's like 2 or 3 anti-maskers or people that don't think they need to be safe, or people that are just, they don't. I've run into two people that don't believe the coronavirus is real, and I was like, you dumb bastard. just like these irredeemable selfish assholes. But anyway, you hear about that on the news and on the radio enough. Stuff coming down the pipeline as far as the channel goes. I'm going to be doing more Library Owl. I'll see about jumping onto the Room VR. The Room 4 comes out on February 11th. I'll probably do that one first, because I'm not really sure if the Room VR is canon to the story, because, you kind of alienate a lot of your audience by making a game that's just VR for your series. So we have the Room 1, the Room 2, the Room 3, the Room VR, and then the Room 4. So I'm probably going to play 4 first and then play the Room VR, because I get the feeling that it's going to be like a sidequel, but that's just my guess. I'm not going to go looking because I don't want any spoilers, because, once you play a puzzle game, you've played it, and that's it. But, yeah, that's kind of it for now. I just wanted to check in on you guys and show you that I'm still alive and still doing well and still doing nerdy shit like I always do. So I'll see you guys later. Subscribe to my subscribe star and smash the bell and all that other YouTuber crap that I'm supposed to say. Bye!